Hello and welcome to episode 11 of the Newy Sports Jersey vlog. Turns out we've been one episode behind. This is actually 11, not 10. Juventus goalkeeper shirt from the 2015-16 season. Now I've got to have close to 250 jerseys. I don't know the last count, but this right here, if I had to pick probably a top 5, this would probably be even top 3. I'd say this is a fantastic shirt. Probably should have got Buffon on the back. I feel like I just sort of, that would have completed it. But you got the badges. I'm going to move a bit closer. You got the badges here. The Italian League badge, the Italian Cup badge. This is Champions League shirt as well, so it's got the star ball on the side, and black and grey. It's a fantastic shirt, one of my favourites in the whole collection. Australia 2014 World Cup shirt. Hopefully get into the 2018 World Cup. Just found out I'm going down to the Sydney qualifier, so I'll probably be wearing this to that. One thing, I think I've said this before about Australia, I don't really like the all yellow, all gold. This combined with the green shorts and the white socks, I think was the best Australian kit I've seen. Definitely in the last, since the turn of the millennium, this was probably their best kit. I've worn it a fair bit, hence the Nike tag is actually wearing off. Last time I wore this was to the Matildas versus Brazil, so I'm hoping it brings some luck and we can get into the World Cup. I was there when they beat Iraq and I'll be there when they beat Honduras, let's hope. Next up, Huddersfield Town away kit from 2014-15. Really like red and black. I don't think I've done the Wanderers shirt yet, but that's what I'll say when I do the Wanderers shirt. That's what I said about the Fortin Redbacks shirt. Red and black are just a really good combination. This, as you can see, it's got this sort of horizontal pattern going on. I've worn this shirt that much that this sponsor, I don't know if you can see that, but it is just cracking like crazy, that sponsor. Sort of a stick-on, anyone who's played rugby league will know this feeling of a stick-on sponsor on the front of the shirt. All black on the back as well. It's a nice shirt. One of their better away kits. Let's not talk about some of their current ones, especially that the lime green shirt that got them into the Premier League. Probably classic, but definitely not the best looking shirt. Another Man City shirt, the away kit from 2014-15. I had to write in brackets dark blue. I've got that many Man City shirts, I didn't know which one was which. This is nice. I really, really like this design. As you can see, it's got the gradient fading pattern going on. My only gripe is look at these things falling off both sides of that, like how much that's falling off. This side falling off. I think a bit of company's name on the back was falling off. It's just, and I don't really want to wear that. So I'm probably going to have to take that to, I don't know, a seamstress or something, get that sewn on and get that fixed up, because this is a lovely shirt and I'd prefer not to have these Champions badges falling off because it's part of what makes the shirt. Red and black again, here we go. AFC Bournemouth Premier League side. I'm going to hold it right-handed. This was the shirt that I think they wore when they first got to the Premier League. I think it was that season. It might have been the second one. Not going too well this year, Bournemouth. I think that they've finally hit sort of a rock and it's going to be hard to stay around. They're a very, very small club. Bournemouth isn't, it's hardly a Birmingham or anything like that. This is a small town and they're in the Premier League. I think they're the smallest town ever to play in the Premier League, if memory serves correctly. Definitely the current batch. Got the black on the back, the red and black down the bottom. It's a neat shirt. I do like the gold trim here. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Even though the colours match, I do not like Asian betting sponsors. I really do not like them at all. Up next, I showed you the away version of this, the Barcelona 2012-13. The away version was that awful orange and yellow sunset looking garbage. It's not good. I'm pretty sure I got 2 for the price of 1, which is why I bought it. This, however, is a lot nicer. I can't remember if they won the Champions League in this shirt or not. They definitely won something, whether it be La Liga. Old school La Liga logo now. This is from a few years ago. The pattern continues on the back. Just a real Barcelona shirt. A couple of years ago they wore that horizontal, and Barca's always changing their identity. Like, it should just be red and blue stripes. It should be, it shouldn't be. This is nice, but I like clubs that stick to tradition. But even clubs like Juventus is probably one that is the best example for sticking to tradition. Sweden from the Euros last season. This was pretty expensive with the Euro badges on it and all that. But it's not every chance you get to. Not every jersey comes with a UEFA Respect badge. It's got the Sweden flag on here, Sweden badge. It's just Sweden. The only problem for me is I also got the Ukraine shirt, and they both look exactly the same. So this isn't too bad. I've got Norway, don't have Denmark, do have Iceland. So sort of building up that international collection, but this one is nice. Probably could have got Ibrahimovic on the back. That would have been sweet. Would have made it a little bit better, but nonetheless. Here's another red and black shirt. Fancy that. I just picked these ones out randomly. The computer picked out them randomly, all these numbers, and this is Atlanta United from America, also known as AC Milan. I've got an AC Milan shirt that looks exactly like this, but I really like the Atlanta colours. Their first season this year, so this was the inaugural season. It's got that on the back. And they made it all the way to the playoffs and got done by Columbus Crew. Funny enough, FIFA 18, the 2 teams I managed, Atlanta and Columbus Crew. So I do like the Atlanta shirts, all red on the back. Are very similar colours to the Falcons in the NFL. Red and black, I think, must have some sort of identity with the Atlanta region down there in Georgia. Very nice badge as well, the A in the circle. sort of like a baseball looking badge. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That's what comes to mind when I see that A. Dortmund. Funny enough, I wrote this down and I read it as Portsmouth, but this is Dortmund. There's a big difference between Dortmund and Portsmouth, I tell you that. Got the Dortmund on the back, of course. The German teams always have the team name either down here or up here. It's pretty thin. I think this was a year where Puma shirts were very thin. I think it was the year that they did the World Cup. 15-16 I've got written here, so a couple of years after the World Cup. But nonetheless, it's nice, black and yellow. You can't go wrong with black and yellow. And I mean, this would probably work as a Cessnock City away kit to give them some ideas. Moreton Bay United, I think that team Magic played, they had this as their goalie shirt and they had the home version of this as their actual kit. Sort of, it's not like you can copyright a jersey, not the pattern, but I tell you what, you won't find this anywhere else in the world. Newcastle Jets RAF kit from the 2015-16 season. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this. I really, really don't. This is just... I like the idea, but the planes are all like blurry and... I don't know. I like, the sediment's good, the RAF, the partnership with the RAF. I like the back. The back is nice, but the planes, I don't know. That's one kit that will probably never see the light of day again after this video, but nonetheless, it's always good to have the planes the jets fly over, and that's, you know, they are the Jets. So I do like that partnership. So episode 11 down, episode 12 I'm going to record right now, and it'll be up in a couple days.